back to my channel. It has been a while. If you are new, I am Sarah Taylor. I am a plus size personal trainer and gym owner. We are in my virtual studio right now. I'm also a plus size model, motivational speaker, and I have a new title that I'm adding, soon to be mama. That's why I've been very MIA. So I thought I would do just a quick little video on kind of a life update, talking about how I found out I was pregnant, what's happened in the first trimester. At the time of shooting this video, I am 17 and a half weeks pregnant. So let's just get started. So how I found out. So I was a couple days late. This was obviously back in January. And the only symptoms I really had were, my period was late. It was only like 3 days, but I'm pretty regular. And then my boobs were a little bit more tender than normal, but that sometimes happens with my period, so I was trying not to think much of it. And then I got out of the shower one day and I put on my regular face routine, and with the first product, my whole face went red. And I FaceTimed my mom and I was like, Mom, I don't know what happened, but my whole face is red, beet red, and I don't know what's wrong. And she was like, are you pregnant? I was like, no, I can't be. And turns out I was. So that was in the morning, and then I was doing a speaking engagement virtually for an organization that supports adults with mental disabilities. And so I was having a conversation about the importance of movement and things you can do at home. And I still just was quite not feeling myself, and I had mentioned to my boyfriend, I think I'm gonna go get a pregnancy test when I'm done. And because this was like at like noon, and I was speaking at 3. And so he was at work. He's in real estate, so he was at his office, and he calls me back about half an hour later. He's like, I can't concentrate. Can you just go buy a test now so like our mind is at ease? And I was like, okay, fine. So I walked over to Rexall, got a test. I got a box of 2 just in case. Took the test, and the first test, there was a faint second line. And so I read the instructions, and it said that if there was any kind of line, it meant you were pregnant. So I called him, told him, and he was like, take the other one just in case. So I took the other one, and then the line showed up stronger. So it was showing that I was pregnant. So he came home, and we had about an hour together just to kind of like absorb this news before I had to do the speaking engagement. And the reason I wanted to wait to take the test was because, like, how do you find out you're pregnant and then do this speaking engagement? But that's what ended up happening. So that was our moment that we found out. And then when I was done, we just had the night together just to kind of like absorb the news. And this was not a planned pregnancy, but it is a welcomed one. I am 37, and I wasn't sure if I could have children. I've never had a pregnancy scare, and I just wasn't sure. And it's a little bit out of order than I had originally planned. I wanted to be married and then have children, but I am very thankful that we didn't have issues getting pregnant, because I know that so many people struggle with fertility. So we were really grateful. We called both of our moms, and both of our moms were so ecstatic. My mom has been bugging me for grandkids for years. And his mom was also really excited as well. But we just took that night together just to kind of like be in that moment. And for me, it also meant like, oh, now I needed a family doctor. And I have basically gone into walk-in clinics most of my adult life. I haven't had a family doctor since I was 15. So we told another couple friend of ours who live in our area, and she was able to recommend a family doctor that her sister had seen. And I found the most amazing doctor, which as a plus size woman was something that I was concerned about, because I have heard horror stories of plus size women being pregnant and being fat shamed, and everything has to do with their weight. And so when I met with this doctor, I was like, here's the situation. I'm a personal trainer. I teach 9 classes a week. I eat very healthy. All of my blood tests have always come back normal. There's nothing wrong with me. I just happen to be this size. And now I'm pregnant. And she was like, yep, that's totally fine. And so we've had a lot of amazing conversations through this journey as well. And she's like, I'm not worried about your weight at all. She's like, you're very in tune with your body. Just make sure you stay in tune with it. So it's been an amazing experience, and that's something that I was worried about. And so that was when we first found out. So we found out, I guess it was 4.5 weeks. The following week I got to see my doctor, and then I got to go for our first ultrasound, and I had to do a vaginal ultrasound because it wasn't even 6 weeks yet. And it was pretty cool, and I got to hear the heartbeat the first time. The one thing that is kind of sucky is that because of these pandemic times, my boyfriend can't come to any of the appointments with me. So that's a little bit disheartening that I've gone by myself, and he can't come in and see the ultrasounds, but we're making it the best we can. And so about a week after my first ultrasound, I started to get nauseous. And so that's why I've been very MIA. I basically, from 6 weeks, and I'm now 17.5 weeks, I've basically been in bed or on the couch most of the time, just so nauseous. I was given meds to help the nausea. However, I found out about 3 weeks ago that my pharmacy was giving me a generic brand of the meds and not the brand name. And so once I switched to the brand name, my nausea was gone like within 24 hours and I felt human. However, 4 days later, I was then hit with like a wicked case of vertigo that lasted almost 2 weeks. Today is the first day I feel kind of human. I still have a bit of dizziness and lingering effects of nausea, but it's nothing like it's been for the last 3 months. So I was teaching my classes live on Zoom. It would basically be the only thing I would do in a day. I would be on the couch or in bed all day. And about an hour before I would have to teach, I'd try and pull myself together. And especially for the until 12 weeks, I hadn't announced it. We were keeping it just within our family and close friends. And so I was teaching through all that time, which was very challenging because of how nauseous I was. I wasn't throwing up a ton. There was some throwing up, but it was just this constant nausea and like extreme exhaustion that I've never felt in my entire life. This baby has taken over my body. So that is the main reason why we've been MIA. Couple questions that people did ask us: was this planned? No, but it's very welcomed. We are very excited and very happy. Was it difficult getting pregnant? We weren't trying and got pregnant, so I would say the answer is no on that one. And I've kind of talked about my experience as being a plus size woman so far with my doctor. So I'm still waiting for my OBGYN to call me after I've been referred. So I'll continue to document what that is like, but I think the most important thing I can say as a plus size woman when you're pregnant is to advocate for yourself. There is a lot of misconception that if you're plus size, you can't get pregnant, or if you're plus size, you're gonna have complications. Be in tune with your body, treat your body well. I think that is really important, and I think that's part of the reason why getting pregnant wasn't a challenge, was because I, obviously as a personal trainer, taking care of my body is a really big part of my life, but it's not just about my physical body, it's also about my mental health and all of that as well. So I was in a really good place. I'm happy to answer any other questions you guys have. I am going to be documenting this journey. I basically just kind of like summed up the first trimester. The first trimester has been very, very challenging. I used to volunteer at a maternity home for 5 years. We took in pregnant homeless girls. And so I was around a lot of pregnant girls from beginning of their pregnancy through to delivery. And I had no idea how challenging this was in pure transparency. And I have been around a lot of people who are pregnant, and I kind of feel like I was lied to. But the other thing is, every pregnant woman's body is different. And I think that's one of the things that I had to come to terms with, and the reality of my body is my body. And I had to just kind of like allow myself to rest. Most people who know me know I work like crazy. So this really forced me to slow down and forced me to take rest and honor my body and this baby. And I'm not resentful towards it. I'm excited to hold my little one. We don't know the gender yet. We will find that out in the next couple weeks. We're not doing a gender reveal party. It's just not something that I've ever really wanted to do. We will announce it though. But we're excited to find that out. But that's pretty much it for now. I will keep you updated. I do for sure have at least one try-on haul coming for you shortly. I have a box of Old Navy stuff that I ordered. Still haven't even tried on. So that will be coming up next. Drop in the comments if there's any specific brands you want me to try for plus size maternity clothes. If you have any specific questions about being plus size and pregnant, my experience. I'm happy to share it. It is something I do want to share because I want to look back after this baby's here at everything that I went through. And I would love to be able to show my child this one day that this is what happened while you were growing in mommy's tummy. So thank you so much. We also, the one thing also that has been a very big change is because of how sick I've been and then with the vertigo hitting, I was planning on teaching live classes until 6 months, but I had to end those early. So I ended those about a week ago. So our virtual gym is still running. It's basically for a membership, $47 a month Canadian. And there's over 300 workout videos and workshops in our membership site. You also get one weekly live class on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard with one of my other trainers, Amanda. She started off as a client and certified as a trainer, and she's amazing. And then you get bi-weekly coaching calls with me, so I'll still be running those. And then we'll have challenges and a bunch of other exciting things as well, just to help support women moving their bodies and feeling good about themselves. So that's also been a very big life change because I've been teaching live classes virtually since it's been a year, over a year now. And before that I had been teaching classes for 2 or 3 years in person. So it's definitely a shift and an adjustment. And so I'll probably talk a little bit more about that and the shift in my identity and my purpose and that kind of thing as well. So anyways, drop your questions below. I'm happy to answer any, and we'll see you soon. I'll have another update for you probably when we know the gender. Anyways, have a good one.